Hey, everybody, what's going on? This is your man, Big B, Brian Hanley. Welcome to Steelers Almighty All-22, where we break down the offensive line each week for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Today, we're doing all run plays and what happened, what went on against the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday. It wasn't great, but I'll be honest with you, it all wasn't terrible once we get into this. It wasn't the Steelers' best performance. Obviously, Najee Harris couldn't find a whole lot of running room, but the performance just wasn't horrific like a lot of people think that it was. So, okay, people, first play of the game here. Justin Fields, he gets stepped on. I don't think he got the snap. Matter of fact, I'm positive he didn't get the snap cleanly. At what point are we going to get this right? I mean, this is Mickey Mouse nonsense. I mean, come on, man. Get the snap. Whatever it is, you want to blame Fields, fine. You want to blame Frazier, fine. Whoever's at fault, somebody's got to get this right. Because if you look play side here, there's something there. Even with Zach Frazier getting driven back, Najee had room. I mean, look at Broderick Jones. Look, this wasn't Broderick's best game, especially pass blocking, but him and Darnell Washington, there's room there. James Daniels, I know he goes out, but there's room on that right side, people. There just is. And you look at the backside with Mason McCormick, who got the start today, him and Dan Moore, they get up to their backer. If they get the damn snap, there is room on this running play. There just is. I'm sorry. You got to get the snap. It's just inexcusable. But you pay attention here, even with Frazier getting knocked back. That's a 4-yard gain. Okay, next play up. Look at this 1-yard gain here. Look, I love Connor Hayward. He is not a fullback. You look at this play. This play is blocked, people. Let's just start with Dan Moore. Good wash down, good combo with him and Mason McCormick at the point of attack. Exactly what we're wanting to do. Zach Frazier is good here. James Daniels is good here. But because we have a H-back leading the way, that's not a good straight line blocker. You know who doesn't miss this block? Jack Coletto. You can say whatever you want, and Connor helps us in the pass game. Has he really helped us in the pass game this year? Outside of the Atlanta game, has he done much? Get a fullback in the game, man. Get him on the roster. Again, that's a play. Now, granted, backside Scotty Miller doesn't do much, but Moore and McCormick here, they're excellent. This is blocked. This is a 4-yard gain. Again, another 4-yard gain. It wasn't as bad as I initially thought for Najee. Because what's he supposed to do here? I mean, literally, what's he supposed to do here? If Connor Hayward just gets a piece of him, that's a 4-yard gain. I like Connor Hayward, and I'm not even saying remove him from the 53 or remove him from the 47 that you put on the field, but you're telling me a fullback misses this block? Jack Coletto doesn't miss this block. What are we doing? Come on. We got to be better here. We got to be better. All right. Next play. This 4th and 1. This is one again. This is blocked. Justin Fields misses this. This is blocked. Fields doesn't hit it inside. Let's go back. Let's start over here. I mean, look, McCallum comes into the game. I have no idea what he's doing. I understand that maybe this is your first time being in a football game. You run out to the linebacker, and how about just go attack him? Just go attack him. And I get it. The reason that he's in the game is because James Daniels gets hurt. We have to put Spencer Anderson on the right-hand side. So we're going with a big look here, you know, and we have a tight end eligible because we're going 13 personnel. And so we bring in a big tight end because we don't want Freiermuth being at the point of attack. It's blocked. If Fields hits this inside, it's still a first down. Now, McCallum does nothing. Just go hit the guy. If you just go hit him, fine. But Fields misses this here. That's a first down if he just puts his head down and cuts inside. You can see Because, again, look at our man Dan Moore that we've been killing. He does his job. McCormick, he does his job. Anderson gets just enough on the kick out. And just put your head down, Justin Fields. You cut inside off of Dan Moore, that's a first down. But Ryan McCallum, come on, man. I mean, he's just basically taking pictures out there. And we can't have that. When we're struggling and we need a first down, I mean, we're down 14-0 at this point, and we're going for it on our own 39. Aggression, and just not aggression there. And I get it. I mean, he's not playing. You put him in that situation, he's probably not expecting to play, but you got to be able to make that. You got to be able to make that block. Frazier does his thing. Everybody does their thing on the backside, but we can say a lot. You can put this one on Fields because you put your head down. There were even with the missed block, there's enough room. All right, next up here, we got 2nd and 6 from the 34. It's a 3-yard gain. The hole's immediately to the right. I would like for Najee to be able to see that quicker. I get where the play is supposed to go, but sometimes you just got to make a play happen just faster. But Dan Moore Jr. here is terrible. Now, him and McCormick, the problem is this double team is McCormick is way too soft on it. Way too soft on it. He's more concerned with going and blocking the backer, which I even think he picks up the wrong backer. I think he's supposed to go to 44 because you see that on that side, that play side, that Freiermuth is folding and he's supposed to hit the guy. But I get it. McCormick blocks the first guy that comes to him. The play gets convoluted. But part of the problem, or the main problem on this play, not enough push on the double team. Again, McCormick, that's a bad double team between him and Dan Moore. For instance, on the backside, the double team between Spencer Anderson and our man Zach Frazier is excellent. It's exactly what you're looking for. And look at the push that they get. You know, you got to be more concerned. Now, Broderick on that side, come on, man. Again, not Broderick's finest hour. He didn't have a ton to do on this play. I get it, but you can't let the guy turn the corner on you that quick. I mean, he just literally goes down the line. And almost makes the play. I like how he gets in there and finishes. Other than that dumb penalty that he got early in the game, this is the type of finish that I want to see from Broderick, not the type of finish that's 2 seconds after the play hitting a guy from behind for absolutely no reason. But I'll take it. But, yeah, McCormick and Moore got to do a way better job on the front side double team there. Like I said, McCormick was way too interested in getting to a backer. Get the push on the initial guy. The backer will come to you. Got to get that initial push, though. All right, next play here. Now, look, this can be the difference between Cordell Patterson and Najee Harris. The vision to be able to bounce outside. Can Najee do that? Maybe. I don't know. But I know that this is a play that a lot of people don't think that Najee can make. Sometimes as an NFL running back, there's just not going to be something where you think it's going to be. You got to be able to bounce and go get some yards. He's able to do this. We look at the blocking on this. Big time wash down by people on the Steelers' right side of the line. Darnell Washington, Broderick Jones. So that's a good wash. Anderson, I'd like him to stay a little bit more, a little bit longer on that, but he gets through. And I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to get to the linebacker up top. So you'd like him to stay a little bit longer, but I get it. I mean, but the linebacker is going to make that play. The play bounces back. There's nothing to the left. Look, Hayward does a great job of washing his guy down. But the main thing is they stay engaged. And that's why the play is able to bounce outside is because Hayward stays engaged. Look, I just bad-mouthed him on a block earlier. Got to give him his praise here when he does a good job. Now, on the backside, no push by McCormick and Zach Frazier on their double team. And that's at the point of attack. Look, you've got to be able to get some push on those guys. Trust me, those guys get paid too. So it's not just as easy as I'm making it sound, but you got to be able to get pushed because if you can't, then you can't get off to the linebacker and plays are getting wrecked. And that's part of the problem here on this play. But good by Cordell Patterson, finding a way. Just find that's the difference between a good running back and just your run of the mill running back. Got to be able to find positive yards when there may not be any to be had. Good job. Now we go to the very next play. 2nd and 6. Steelers catch them in an inside trap. Excellent job. We're in 11 personnel. We catch them inside. Look at Broderick Jones. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is the Broderick Jones that we saw a lot last year. That's the Broderick Jones that we need to see now. Look at that. He literally knocks this guy 10 yards to the other line of scrimmage. Look at that. That's what we need to see from Broderick, man. Outstanding job. You know, we see it's tough to trap a one technique. And Spencer Anderson gets just enough. That's all you need sometimes when you're trying to hit it downhill quick. But like I said, it is tough to trap a one technique. The Steelers were able to pull it off. That's why it hits inside. Zach Frazier gets up, gets on his linebacker. The linebacker tried to come downhill too quick. Good job by Zach Frazier. But yeah, y'all don't, sometimes you see some of these plays. You don't know how hard it is to trap a one technique. That's tough. That's tough. Good influence, though, by McCormick, and then hip kick out. But then again, our man, Dan Moore Jr., it just makes his man run away from him to go make the tackle. If he wants to run away from you to go make the play, okay. He can go make the play 12 yards down the field. That's fine. We'll take it. We'll take it. Good. Like I said, it wasn't all bad, people. I'm not saying it was great, but I got to show y'all some stuff here. The offensive line, it wasn't all horrible. All right, we're on the next one here. We're in 12 personnel. Patterson, he finds a hole here. Just kind of, yeah. That's good running back play. Now, again, I know there's a lot of Najee fans out there. I'm not sure he can do this. He doesn't have the same type of explosion. I'm not trying to bash Najee or anything, but sometimes you just got to hit it and go, and just not that guy sometimes, man. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. But let's start with the play here. Let's start from right to left. Broderick does a good enough job. You'd like to see him drive his feet a little bit more, but you love the finish. You love that finish from Broderick. Again, didn't hit anybody late, but going clearing that pile the way you're supposed to clear a pile. Like I said, brute strength, keep this guy out of the hole. You'd like to see him drive his feet, but again, I'm going to take that finish all day long. All day long from Broderick. Good job there. Spencer Anderson, let's check him out and see what he does. That might be one of the best blocks that we've seen Spencer Anderson make in his short career so far. Blitzing linebacker right up the middle, and he lets him know about it and knocks his guy completely out of the play because this is a run blitz. And boom, knocks him complete out of the play, stays engaged, doesn't let him get anywhere near it, and lets him know about it. If he can play with that type of aggression moving forward, we got something there. We do. Our man, Zach Frazier, blocks back. Look at our man, Mr. McCormick. He's just wanting to hit somebody. His technique is bad. You know, he's all over the place. But his aggression, you can live with. You know, he does a good job there, though, because the slanting defensive end comes right in his face. Does a good job helping on the one, and then on the nose shade, and then he sees the guy coming in his face and blocks him, and he's just looking to hit somebody, man. Look at him. He's trying to finish. He's just getting in there. He's looking to hit somebody, man. I like McCormick. Again, you can't teach that type of aggression. You just can't. You cannot teach that type of aggression. We need more of that. We need more of that. And then Dan Moore takes his guy, drives him completely off the screen. And maybe his guy gave up. I don't know. Don't care. Good job, Dan Moore. Good play by the Pittsburgh Steelers there, people. Really good play. Now, 1st and 10 from the Indy 34. Cordell Patterson just kind of picks his way through. Good running back play here. It just picks his way through. But this play is blocked, people. like I said, it's not all bad. We're in 13 personnel here. Um, the first thing that I want you to notice is our man Mason McCormick. Let's start there. He doesn't get off on the snap. Like I said, he's wild and all over the place, man. Our left guard, he doesn't get off on the snap. But the thing that's tricky here is if you notice, his head is turned looking to see when the ball's supposed to be snapped, and then the line moves on him. And instead of him having the nose, a 3 technique pops up right when the ball snapped, and he's like, uh-oh, what do I do? And I think he figures it out, but he gets off the ball just a second too late. Because see, his head's turned, and he's like, what? Huh? But he doesn't stop. He gets off late, and then look at him finish. Look at him finish. I'm telling you, if we can hone in his technique, we got something there. We definitely do. Spencer Anderson pulls, good block back by Zach Frazier. Anderson gets enough on this play. This one's blocked, people. This one's blocked. Look at our man Dan Moore here. Look at him come down and blow up the linebacker. Yeah. I mean, like I said, there was bad plays, but I got to point out the good ones. We got to talk about how the offensive line can do some stuff. Blocking back on the 3 technique there. Good job by Zach Frazier. That's tough to reach that far as a center. That's tough. Well, the guy comes down to a nose, and he's shooting right uphill, but he stays engaged. So good job, man. Good job again on this play by the offensive line. All right. So we got 1st and 15 from Pittsburgh's 41. We're in 11 personnel. If Jones blocks the right guy, if Broderick blocks the right guy here, we got a play. Step out and go block the guy. He points out there. He sees him. Go block him. And he doesn't. He just stands and catches. Well, when Spencer Anderson stands out, he's like, hey, man, what are you doing? Because he goes out to block the guy, and Broderick doesn't. It's that kind of stuff. And again, so you see Najee, it's like, well, what do you expect him to do? Like I said, I think I may have been a little bit too hard on Najee this game. He still doesn't have the explosion that we want, and I don't disagree with the Steelers not paying him. You know, he could have hit this a little harder going downhill, but what's he supposed to do here? The guy comes unblocked off the edge. I mean, it's not a whole lot you can do. And the front side, again, if you look at this play, I guess maybe it's bending back to the backside. McCormick and Dan Moore, they do a good job. There's something there because they're engaged. I mean, Dan Moore, you see him getting driven back, but his guy's not making that tackle. He's tied up. He's not going to make that tackle. Now, McCormick doesn't do great because, look, he's way too soft. Again, on the double team, more concerned about the backer versus getting push on the 3 technique. I mean, the backer's backside. You can get there, but you got to have better technique on initially. And pushing after the play, okay, all that good stuff. But how about you block the man in front of you first? They used to drive me insane with offensive linemen always pushing on safeties and stuff when their guy's the one that's causing all the disruption behind them. Block your man, McCormick. Frazier does a good job here. There's something on the front side. There just is. But McCormick, like I said, his technique all over the place. Just all over the place. All right, we're back in 11 personnel here. 1st and 10 from Pittsburgh 44. Nothing there. Front side. There's a hole backside. Come on, Najee. You guys see this one. Now, the Najee fans, you can't tell me that he can't see the backside on this one. You saw the hole. You can't just run in there. I get that the play is supposed to go there, but if it isn't there, defenders get paid too, man. Sometimes just run to daylight. And if you can get 2 yards, you get 2 yards. You saw McCormick was coming off to block the guy. Look at Mason. Look at McCormick, man. Now, let's see what he does initially here. Is his double team any good? See, that's my problem with McCormick. Again, he gets to the double team and his feet stop. And he's more concerned about the linebacker than just driving the 3 technique out of there. And so he leaves Dan Moore in a lurch because there's no push, and then he leaves immediately to go get the backer. You got to get more push at the point of attack here, man. It's just not a good job there. Moore does the best he can, but when your guy leaves you and he's not even really concerned with the double team initially, look, I mean, yeah, you got to be more concerned. Just drive the guy back. Your linebacker's going to come to you. He's going to come to you if he's trying to make the play. I love the finish. Don't get me wrong. But again, the initial at the point of attack is bad. Zach blocks back. He stays engaged. It's a good job. Spencer Anderson, he pulls. There's just no movement over here on the left side. And that's part of the problem. Darnell Washington gets driven back. There's no hole there. I would say on this one, I mean, the line doesn't do a good job here. Let's not kid ourselves. But Najee, sometimes you got to help him. Sometimes you got to help him. Cut back. Just don't run into nothing. I mean, there's no point in just running into nothing. I get it. Not a lot of space here. But there is a little. Just run to that. Run to that. That's all I'm saying. The line wasn't great. Don't get me wrong. But there are some opportunities there. One, the running backs have to help them sometimes. The defenders get paid too. Sometimes you got to run where you're not supposed to. Just run to daylight. Get what you can get. Okay. Two, the line's got to block better. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We saw it. There's several times you're not getting pushed at the point of attack. You got to get better with those type of fundamentals. Mason McCormick especially, you've got to be more concerned with the double team than you are the linebacker. I'm not saying that you don't want to block the linebacker, but if you're not going to get any push with this guy at the line of scrimmage, the play is not going anywhere. So who cares what the linebacker does if you can't move this guy where you need to move him? And you've got two men doing it. At some point, you got to be better at the point of attack there. Again, his fundamentals are all over the place, but we love the aggression. You can't teach aggression. You can teach fundamentals. So that's why I believe the Pittsburgh Steelers really like him. Spencer Anderson just got to be more aggressive. We saw several plays in here that he's got it in him, but they just got to do it. He's just got to do it on a more consistent basis. We'll see what happens if Isaac Siamala comes back. Who's going to play? I would prefer McCormick play right guard, but we'll see exactly what happens there. Zach Frazier was Zach Frazier. He did his thing. Look, Broderick Jones did a pretty good job run blocking in this football game. And you saw some glimpses there where Broderick's doing his thing, but you also saw some glimpses. You're like, come on, Broderick, what are you doing? Like, what's going on here? So, again, good job run blocking by Broderick. Got to be better in the pass protection. But as far as what we're breaking down here today, he wasn't horrible. It just wasn't horrible as far as run blocking. The James Daniels injury hurts, but we'll see. We'll see. And, Dan Moore Jr. was pretty good again, people. Again, I appreciate it.